Infinite Contractors and Machinery. We are your one-stop engineering and consultancy company with experience locally, regionally, and internationally. We provide excavation services and engineering consultancy, construction of residential and commercial structures, civil works such as drainage, retaining walls, roads, concrete patio services, paving services, concrete driveway services, remodeling and renovation, painting services, styling services, and so much more. Ask about our rental services of excavators, heavy equipment, metal formwork, and steel prop. Contact us today via telephone number 537-9675 or email infinitecontractors19@gmail.com.
Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform? Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Free delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via superb service. We are superb distributors, wholesalers, and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
Allied Laboratories welcomes you. You can find us here on Gladstone Road in Grenville, in the building next to Calico, on the second floor, adjacent to Dr. Isaac's office. Or you can find us here on Anse Main Road, adjacent to South Winds, opposite the entrance of XL Plaza. Contact our Grenville branch at 410-3488 or 419-1588 or send us an email at alliedlabgrenville@gmail.com. You can contact our Grand Anse branch at 403-3488 or 404-3488 or send us an email at alliedlabstgeorge@gmail.com.
Fit for life and Allied Laboratories. We're taking care of Grenada.
Somebody call Waggy because
this is madness, total madness.
Sunday, March 5th from 5 p.m. The National Stadium comes alive as Megaforce Promotion presents its first big event for 2023. March Madness Mega Bingo.
And you can win
A whopping $100,000 in cash.
Wait, is $100,000 he just said it?
Yes, $100K in cash could be yours. Tickets are $60 for one or $100 for two. You gotta be mad to miss that. Remember, Sunday, March 5th, National Stadium. Get ready for March Madness Mega Bingo.
This is madness, total madness.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom,
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Alrighty, of course, we'd like to say hello and welcome to everyone currently tuned in on to another Mikey Live program. I'm your host, Mikey Hutchinson, and we are coming to you live from the Spice Isle of the Caribbean, that is Grenada. And of course, we have so many things in abundance here. We have sand, sea, sun, beautiful people, music, food, you just name it. We have it all, man, I'm telling you. And we have to know that. Yeah, so welcome to everyone on the program, to the first-time viewers, hello to you, and to the usual suspects, those of you who are always here. We are also saying hello to you. Now let's take a look at the headlines. We hope you had a great weekend. Search for men who's been missing at sea has concluded. Yeah. Shooting incident at Grand Anse, Saigon. We'll tell you more about that in a moment. And the National Disaster Management Agency to conduct district elections in March and April of 2023. Changes can be expected at the Grenada Ports Authority, and Kayak mass currently in full swing. Pay-per-view for Intercall Athletics Championship 2023. We'll talk to you about that as well. So we have quite a bit of things to talk to you about on the program. We got to let you know that the headlines was brought to you through the kind compliments of Coates, Grenada Limited, Digicel, Nawasa, the Housing Authority of Grenada, Real Value IGA Supermarket, also Superb Distributors and Infinite Contractors. Thank you to all our sponsors and to all our advertisers. We say thank you as well. And of course, we're happy that you're on board with us. We take a break and come back. Remember, someone sharing tonight's program will receive some free credits, compliments, Digicel, and that person could be you.
We got the call on our way home that something was wrong. When we got here, we saw that the entire house was engulfed in flames. Just sitting there and looking at you, basically your whole life investment going up in flames. It did take a toll on us as a family. Once we decided to rebuild, the thought came up to use the Housing Authority of Grenada. After they sent in their quotation, which we thought was very, very reasonable, we decided to go with Housing Authority of Grenada. They were very helpful. They visited the site weekly. The staff was very professional. The contractor was very professional. They delivered our house on time. The quality of work was amazing. And as you can see today, we are not disappointed. I would definitely recommend Housing Authority of Grenada for all your construction needs. With their affordable costs, high level of customer service, guidance, and building expertise, they will help you as they help us.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches, and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen, Guess, and Klein, and G-Shock, all at the best prices in Grenada. We also buy scrap gold and offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays, 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit our brand new remodeled store or call us on telephone number 414-3114, 232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only. All right, and we say welcome one and all to another Mikey Live program. Let's get straight into what's making the news. Now, the National Disaster Management Agency, NaDMA, we've been told that they will be conducting district elections in all 17 districts throughout the Tri-Island state in the months of March and April of 2023. The objective, they say, is to strengthen all the existing district committees and provide an opportunity for new and existing volunteers to become involved in disaster risk reduction at the district level. Now, the agency is therefore encouraging volunteers interested in serving people at the community level and the volunteers who received training in disaster management or related fields to use this opportunity to serve through the district teams. Now, the office of to be filled, or the offices, in fact, to be filled are the district coordinator, then you have the deputy district coordinator, then you have the chairperson and the deputy chairperson of health and welfare, then there's supplies management, shelter management, danger and needs assessment, telecommunications, emergency works and transport, public education and information, and safety and security. So these are all the positions that are to be filled at all the district levels, all right? So you can think about those which you might be interested in, all right? And then I'll tell you how you can be part of this. Now, a strong, robust, and responsive district structure is a critical element in the disaster management process, as the district committees, they form an important link to the national structure. All right, so the dates, the venues, and the times of the upcoming elections will be shared in subsequent releases according to the National Disaster Management Agency. All right, so just letting you know so that you can start thinking in that direction if you want to serve as any of those head of these areas that are available. Then you can apply when the time comes. All right, so the venues and the dates and so on, we'll be telling you about that at a later time. Changes can be expected soon at the Grenada Ports Authority, the GPA, as their management seeks to improve the level of safety measures practiced at the facility by both workers and visitors. Now, the new initiative, which comes as part of the GPA's Safety Week, carded for February 28th to March 3rd, speaking more about the aim of implementing these new guidelines was the General Manager, that's Mr. Frank Redhead.
The aim here is to minimize the potential for things that can happen that can cause injury or death. Certainly, you recognize the fact that the port is a very dynamic environment. There are many stakeholders who interact with each other and with the port within the port environment. That is growing over the years, and certainly we have an obligation to ensure that we do the best we can with respect to managing that situation, again with the aim being to reduce the potential for injury or death.
Thank you very much, sir. Now, speaking or explaining some of the changes which will be phased out over a period of time, include the use of the personal protective equipment and so on, was Ian Evans, who is the port manager.
What we're starting is a phased program. So the first phase, we're going to be dealing with the regular users of the port, the brokers, the agents, etc. And what we have is a color-coded system where the different categories of workers and visitors will have different color vests to designate who they are. And that way, at a distance, you will know who they are and if they should be in a certain area. The second phase we will have is we will then be looking at similar safety vests for the users who are not regulars on the port. So persons that may come once in a while to clear a barrel, for instance. That will be the second phase of the program. And in the final phase, we're looking at parking on the compound, that people park in areas that are safe.
All right. Now, of course, he was asked about what led to the increasing or the changes in some of these measures and so on, all right? Because, of course, we want to know what's broken. Why are we doing this and so on? Well, GM Redhead, he had this to say.
We had incidents occurring, which has, in some cases, in the distant past, have resulted in a death. Okay, we have had numerous other incidents in the recent past where persons have escaped. They have near miss. The fact that something hasn't happened doesn't mean that a risk doesn't exist. And given the fact that risk exists, what we are trying to do is mitigate risk.
Light of the activities planned.
Hold on. Okay, so they're saying that there's some risk and so on, and so they're trying to, eliminate or mitigate against those things that has happened in the past, as you've heard him. Now, the measures Evans explained can be expected to be implemented at the other GPA facilities, including the bus terminal, for example. Now, February 28th, as we have explained, to the 3rd of March has been declared or carded off as the Safety Week. Now, Peter Guy Price Boswell shared more on this.
Night of the activities planned for the safety launch, it spans between the period February 19th to March 3rd. And it includes a church service, a health walk, a health fair, and also the grand launch day, which is actually Friday, March the 3rd.
All right, thank you very much for that. Now we move over to Intercall. Everyone is talking about Intercall now. They had a launch sometime last week, like a media launch on Cannabis Day, and so they were talking about what can be expected for Intercall 2023. Now we've explained to you that we're going back to the 3-day format. Live streaming of this year's Intercall games. It will be available via pay-per-view. And that's according to the organizers of the annual event scheduled to take place on the 28th of March to the 30th of March. Now we have picked up this through our colleague Michael Bascom. He had a nice interview on thing. So the president of the Grenada Secondary School Games Association, the GSSGA, Sir Dominic Jeremiah, he says an agreement has been reached with a streaming entity to provide the service for viewers outside of Grenada starting this year. For viewers outside of Grenada. All right? Now, speaking on the weekly talk show program, that's a Talk Sports, Michael Bascom, Mr. Jeremiah says, they have also decided on a central broadcast service to minimize many of the broadcast blunders experienced in years previous. Now, this move towards a more centralized broadcast service could help ensure a smoother and more reliable viewing experience, they say, for those who purchase the pay-per-view live stream. You understand? And so says Mr. Jeremiah on the business.
When we are finished with Intercall every year, we have an opportunity to do a postmortem. And we do listen to our critics. We do listen to those who have ideas that they want to posit for our consideration. And this is one of the ideas. This year, for the very first time, we're moving in the direction of trying to create a central broadcast. So we have one entity that is going to be responsible for that media side of the Intercall games. And so anyone who is going to be broadcasting the game, whether it's a television house or some media house or a radio or whatever the case might be, would be tapping into that central broadcast. Okay. Now we are in the process of working out the details, but the conversation and the agreement as to how we're going to go forward has already been agreed on. So we've been listening to that. We're not going to get it right in the first year, but we're certainly moving in the direction of trying to create the central broadcast, because at the end of the day, quality control is very important, particularly if we are going to stream the games, which we are going to be doing, to the diaspora. Or pay-per-view marketing is going to start very soon, because all our folks, all our Grenadian residents in the diaspora, persons from other islands who usually follow Intercall and Girls and Boys Champ, we want to make sure that at least we begin the process of offering quality central broadcasts of the games, because we have had, as you said, we have had a lot of Tom, Dick, and Harry. Everybody is an expert on Intercall and have their commentary, and sometimes they say things that are not necessarily in the interest of our athletes. Or
okay, thank you very much, sir. I have some questions too, so maybe we'll leave. I'll ask my partner since he start the conversation, maybe to ask some of those questions as well on a follow-up program. Thank you very much, Michael. All right. For this report. So yeah, we are moving on. I'm not very excited to tell you the next story, but I have to tell you it anyway. The search for 19-year-old Kindon Alexander and Kitlon Lewis from Simone St. Andrew, it has concluded. Yeah, they have concluded the search. That's the Coast Guard units and so on. All right, and of course the Coast Guard unit themselves admitted to ending the search. You know, the men went on a fishing expedition about 2 or so weeks ago. And that was the last time their family would have seen or heard from them. Since then, the family have been trying desperately to get any sort of help so that they can at least know the whereabouts of these 2 young men. To date, nothing. There was a brief moment of triumph when it was rumored about a week or so ago or more that they were found, and then the family was broken down again emotionally and otherwise when they found that it was just a rumor and that the men are still out there somewhere. Now, it's rather unfortunate that we have reached this point, that the authorities would have to give up because they have employed all of the available resources in trying to in trying to find the men out at sea. You know, Corporal Ken Joseph, who's of the Grenada Coast Guard, he confirmed that the search has ended. Now, he was on a program speaking of this on Magic FM, and he was speaking about his stuff.
No, sadly, up to this time, well, the latest information I have, unfortunately, these 2 wonderful citizens of ours have not been found. I can tell you that Coast Guard conducted their searches, but Trinidad and Tobago Defence Force, the A-Wing, conducted 2 flyovers. That was unsuccessful, together with patrols by the Trinidad and Tobago Coast Guard. We also alerted the Barbados Coast Guard and the St. Vincent Coast Guard. So whenever these things happen, Grenada Coast Guard always embark to notify our neighboring units, because they work as one, because all of us are basically part of the RSS except Trinidad. But we tap into the resources of the Trinidad and Tobago Defence Force because they have helicopters, they have planes, they have more resources than us. So we are able to use, because it's a brotherly and sisterly thing.
Nice.
We in the region, we like to say that we are one, and I can safely say and happy to say that over the years that we have always worked together for the greater good, to protect our borders and to assist when it's deemed necessary.
Now, while the search is completed, according to Corporal Joseph, there is still hope that the men may be found alive, and it's not impossible because we have had cases where men have gone missing for weeks, and they were still found dehydrated but alive, and so there's still that hope that they one day will be found alive.
I know persons been at sea for a very long time, spent weeks at sea. They survived eating raw fish and whatever, and they get picked up by a vessel. I do hope that that is what happened, or that is going to happen, right? Normally when we have search and rescue, the search is 7 days. 7 days. Not to say that we will still not be on the lookout, but that is when you put all your resources, all your effort into the 7 days, and then thereafter is hope, and we always hope that their life can be spared at this time. Okay. And I also like to say to the family, Grenada Coast Guard stands with you. We know the pain that you are going through. It's not an easy thing, and we're asking the family to keep the faith also, and we do hope that you can see your loved ones shortly.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate. it's really sad, and I'm happy that the officer even found time to empathize with the family in such a difficult time for them. You know, we pray to God that His will be done in this situation. Hopefully, the will being that they be found alive with a lesson learned to both them and the family. You know, but it's a tough one. It's a tough one. Police are confirming that a St. Patrick resident is hospitalized following a shooting incident that occurred during the early hours of Saturday, 18th February 2023. According to police, the incident occurred in the vicinity of Sugar Mill Roundabout, which is known as Saigon, Grand Anse. According to police, one man is presently in custody assisting police with their investigations. All right, so we are moving on. Soca, Calypso, Groovy, Quincho, Juve, all of the happenings currently. Carriacou and Peter Martinique is the place to be. Now they might be experiencing their Monday night mass, and of course, a lot of people left the mainland. I tell you, the place light, and headed up to Carriacou to enjoy and to, be part of the festivities happening there now. We have some highlights for you. Of course, let's talk about Soca Monarch, where Mozo, who was the defending champion for that competition, was able to successfully retain his title narrowly, because Killer B was just a couple points away from that position as well. We join our colleague at KOMG Promotions for that report.
Gavin Moses Mozo continued to hold on to the reins of Soca Monarch as he successfully defended the crown. He scored 250 points. His song was entitled God's Eye.
God's eye see first, so we make it thunderbolts in the air. When the thunderbolts up, thunderbolts in the air. Everybody work, thunderbolts in the air. When the thunderbolts in the air. What we say? Mass won't play, rise won't play. The king return.
With his song Undisputed Warrior, Brandon Mikey Killer B came in second on 243 points.
No matter what the people say, they can stop me here today. Everybody talk and everybody keep on telling you. Warrior, warrior, ain't no backing down, ain't no backing down. I'm telling you, warrior, warrior, ain't no backing down, ain't no backing down. Don't take what you like, don't take what you flash, don't take what you rush, don't take what you flash,
The War Is On, which was performed by Josh Phillips Silver Bullet, earned him third place.
when they fish when they want, that's what they don't get. My son has a bullet shot ready for the battlefield. Even in a long time down they're trying to get down, but I still stand firm. So you see them talk, and all I can talk. Come to the back, everybody. Where are the black police? Well, it is war they want. It's not even game. They think that they play. That's why they say.
Nashanda Charles Shanda, who was the lone female in the competition, landed fourth place with her song Superhuman.
Everybody turn up now, and the road we turn up now, and the button turn up now. We'll tell them Carnival we don't say, Carnival we don't say, Festival we don't say. If my son sat and we don't reach yet, so we going from sunrise to sunset. It's a different type of man.
Here's a look at some of the other performances from the various artists at the Soca Monarch finals.
Only one king, only one tune. All who's in the bank with one foot. Tell them no matter how they come. Break them, break them, break them. Everybody behave, put it down in your prayer. Asking me if I change, every year is the same. I jumping up in a hand man, I got no hand man. Who let a hand man? Jumping on like a hand man. We don't have no funny man, he's a little bit bad man. Jump, it's a rest. I'm a job. Who know every you, yes I'm a job. Who know every you, I know myself but I real. So who know every you, forget you. And some people on the blue, yes I'm a job. Who know every you, what about my job? Who know every you, tell them we can behave. And this year we behave. I wanna play. We can we mad. Something is we mad. We mad. Something is we mad. We mad. Something is we mad. We mad. We can't tell you hold me down. Bring me down. Let me down. Bring me under the ground. The place, that's it. Walk up on now. Be a right now. Don't fall. Are you right now? Right now from the slave. Everybody. And it's my slave. My side come to play. And it's my today. Where we go there. I know the master, so I'm mashing up this world. Everybody don't know this is not a practice. Carry two people. We have got to pass. Long check the rest. No vex. No panic. Too much of fight on me not this. Still every time the fight time. Mad up the place. Do anything I want. I get in and bad. Fire up the mother. Break free. I've been waiting too long. Say my sins back now. Say my sins all over. So I've been waiting too long. Say that is back now. Say that sins all over. So I don't wait for all your hand. It's too long, so now we. So I don't wait for all your.
Yes, a bit of Kayak Mass 2023. So Mozo successfully defended his Soca Monarch title. Okay? Golden successfully defended his Groovy Monarch title. Lady B successfully defended her Calypso Monarch title. Can you believe that? Interesting, right? So there's no new king or queen. Well, for the queen show, of course, well, you know, that happens when you participate once. So the 17-year-old, that's Brianna Primus, well, she was crowned Miss Karaoke Carnival 2023. But all the other positions, Calypso, Groovy, and Soca, went to the same person that won last year. And then in doing my research, interestingly, I found as well that there was one year that Killer B won everything. Calypso, Groovy, Soca final. And there was another year that, what's her name again? What's her name? Superstar. I think it was Superstar. I think she won a year. There was a year that she won everything, right? So, you know, 3 is a charm, right? 3 is a charm. Anyway, folks, we are moving on. So, I see that we are running out of time. What we have to tell you about, boy, what I can tell you, let me see if there's anything that I can probably tell you about tomorrow. God's willing, because it's not time sensitive. Yeah, so everything else that I have here, I can probably tell you about it tomorrow because it is God's willing, because it's not really time sensitive. Only to say that a new 6.4 magnitude earthquake on a Monday struck parts of Turkey and Syria. You understand? 2 weeks ago, same places, there was a massive quake there that killed 45,000 people. 45,000! And the place shake up again today. You understand? Anyway, who feels it knows it. It rough. Marsha Montano didn't have the show that he wanted to have, in fact, folks. You know, this of a show that was going to be an amazing experience for all its patrons. And listen, the press on that show was very negative. That's all I can say. From people being, from it being advertised, according to, because I'm not there, that the show, the gates were supposed to open only around 6-ish. The gate opened about 3 hours late. show starts about another 3 hours later, and there were a lot of issues with the sound system not sounding right. And Marshall, listen, the amount of things that I heard about this show, people are saying that it was just not what they expected it to be. You understand? So they say people left the venue even before Marshall came on stage, and even while Marshall was being introduced, even more people were leaving. And then he came out and he had a little apology about the experience for some people and explained why and stuff like that. But anyway, you understand? That is not my fish to fry. You understand? I'll in that talk day. We're taking a quick break and come back because we have a commitment for the national report and the weather. So give us some time on that one because, like I tell you, I see that we're running out of time. So we take a break and then we're going to come back with the national report and the weather as well. Stay tuned. We'll be back.
Infinite Contractors and Machinery. We are your one-stop engineering and consultancy company with experience locally, regionally, and internationally. We provide excavation services and engineering consultancy, construction of residential and commercial structures, civil works such as drainage, retaining walls, roads, concrete patio services, paving services, concrete driveway services, remodeling and renovation, painting services, styling services, and so much more. Ask about our rental services of excavators, heavy equipment, metal formwork, and steel prop. Contact us today via telephone number 537-9675 or email infinitecontractors19@gmail.com.
Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com?
We got the call on our way home that something was wrong.
Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform? Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Free delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via superb service. We are superb distributors, wholesalers, and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibbin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
Somebody call Waggy because this is madness, total madness. Sunday, March 5th from 5 p.m. The National Stadium comes alive as Megaforce Promotion presents its first big event for 2023. March Madness Mega Bingo.
And you can win
a whopping $100,000 in cash.
Wait, is $100,000 he just said it?
Yes, $100K in cash could be yours. Tickets are $60 for one or $100 for two. You gotta be mad to miss that. Remember, Sunday, March 5th, National Stadium. Get ready for March Madness Mega Bingo. This is madness, total madness.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom.
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
We got the call on our way home that something was wrong. When we got here, we saw that the entire house was engulfed in flames. Just sitting there and looking at you, basically your whole life investment going up in flames. it did take a toll on us as a family. Once we decided to rebuild, the thought came up to use the Housing Authority of Grenada. After they sent in their quotation, which we thought was very, very reasonable, we decided to go with Housing Authority of Grenada. They were very helpful. They visited the site weekly. The staff was very professional. The contractor was very professional. They delivered our house on time. The quality of work was amazing. And as you can see today, we are not disappointed. I would definitely recommend Housing Authority of Grenada for all your construction needs. With their affordable costs, high level of customer service, guidance, and building expertise, they will help you as they help us.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen, Guess and Klein and G-Shock, all at the best prices in Grenada. We also buy scrap gold and offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit our brand new remodeled store or call us on telephone number 414-3114, 232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only. Batteries. All roads lead to Quality Services Limited for the best deals on batteries for all applications: cars, SUVs, pickups, buses, medium and heavy duty trucks, construction equipment, generators, boats and more. European made with the highest amps and comes with a 12 months warranty. Yes, you heard it right. 1 year with the best quality and price. Quality Services Limited for the best deals on batteries. First left of the Lansopines Road. Call 444-4323 or WhatsApp 410-8070 or 405-7010. Quality Services Limited for all batteries.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
Anywhere, at any time, and have it delivered to you right here in Grenada at yogo.gd.
CARICOM heads welcome proposal for CARICOM Canada Summit later this year. We'll have details to this story and more in the national report.
Have you noticed an increase or decrease in your electricity bill? You know that changes in the fuel and non-fuel rates affect your bill. You should also be aware that changes in household activities affect your bill. Ask yourself these questions. Have the rates changed? Have there been more people at your home? Have your children been on holiday? Have you used your fan or air conditioning unit more often to beat the heat? Are any of your electrical appliances or equipment faulty? Have you added any new appliances such as transformers, water heaters, or pumps? Make it a habit to understand any changes on your electricity bill. For more factors that affect your bill, visit www.grenlec.com. Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
With the details to the news for Monday, February 20th, I am Rikisha St. Louis. Heads of government of the Caribbean community CARICOM have welcomed a proposal by Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau for a CARICOM Canada summit in the latter part of the year. It was one of the matters agreed upon at the just concluded 44th Summit of CARICOM heads in the Bahamas, as both parties acknowledged the importance of regular interactions at the highest political level. On the subject of regional security, a communiqué issued at the conclusion of the meeting stated that heads of government mandated that the Council of National Security and Law Enforcement and the Council for Human and Social Development meet to prepare for a special symposium to consider crime as a public health concern. That symposium will be hosted by Trinidad and Tobago in April 2023. Heads also spoke to the impact of climate change on small island and low-lying coastal developing states, as well as other vulnerable developing countries, and that there was an urgent need to provide macroeconomic security, resilience, and sustainability for these countries. In this vein, it was agreed that the time has come to work collectively for a restructuring of the global financial architecture to respond to the existential threats facing small island developing states and other developing countries. They also agreed that the Bridgetown Initiative was a viable model to build on with respect to the reform of the global financial system. Heads of government agreed to advocate for the initiative to be included on the agenda for COP28 in the United Arab Emirates later this year. Heads of government welcomed and indicated their full support for the global summit proposed by the Prime Minister of Barbados and the President of France on a new global financial pact to be held in Paris in June 2023. The 45th regular meeting of the Conference of Heads of Government will take place from July 3rd to the 6th in Roseau, Dominica. 31 police officers have recently added mediation to their policing techniques to build the mediation capacity of the Royal Grenada Police Force and reduce the burden on the court system. This is part of the Regional Justice Reform Project organized by the Canadian government in collaboration with the University of the West Indies to increase the pool of community mediators in CARICOM member states. The one-week Impact Justice Training Workshop held at Radisson is the final training session for the region before its closure at the end of March 2023. Regional Project Director of Impact Justice Project, Professor Velma Newton, is confident that after observing the officers in training, Grenada's mediation service is in safe hands. She commended the senior management team of the force for endorsing the training.
We were impressed by the views of Commissioner of Police Mr. Martin and his management team on the subject of community policing and the provision of support for police officers who experience trauma in the execution of their duties. Too often we tend to forget that police officers are also human beings who, like the rest of us, can be severely affected emotionally by trauma that they witness, and they also need counseling. The second instance, as a result of which a decision was taken to provide mediation training for police officers in Grenada, was discussions held at the police station in Guave. There, we were privileged to meet two police officers who impressed us by their accounts of the work they were doing to assist members of the community who came to them with problems. I can say that, in my view, community mediation is in safe hands in the officers of the Royal Grenada Police Force, trained by Impact Justice this week.
Acting Commissioner of Police Don McKenzie outlined how the training can significantly improve the execution of duties within the force. He said a boost in competency and trust augurs well for every department in the police force.
Mediation allows us to have what is considered to be accrued benefits. in our approach to community policing, in that it allows for trust. It allows for the public recognizing the competency of the organization. And when you have trust and confidence in our organization, it spills over into, at times, that we have to address issues that is more germane to the more conventional type policing, which is the more serious crime. Because the bottom line is, if the public trusts you and have confidence in you, they provide you with information. Yes? So there's a multiplying effect.
Chief Trainer Urban Dolo applauded the officers for taking advantage of the opportunity to improve their skills.
So notwithstanding that you may not conduct full-fledged mediations, you will use the tools that we have shared with you to good stead. And I know you will use the tools. I know you will use the tools because during the discussions that we had after some of the simulations we had by Wednesday afternoon, the comments that you made were so insightful that we knew that you were getting it. You provided evidence to us that you were getting it. And for that, we were exceedingly pleased.
Continuing the news, Canada donates more than $22 million towards support to the International Office of Migration and Humanitarian Assistance for Haiti as the country grapples with political unrest, vicious gangs, and extortion. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau told CARICOM heads of government recently that more needs to be done by member countries to drive peace within the country. The current instability in Haiti was listed on the agenda of the meeting in the Bahamas for heads to formulate a plan to assist. Prime Minister Trudeau explained the role Canada plays in encouraging stability in Haiti, including the deployment of Navy vessels to conduct surveillance of the Haitian coast.
We've provided direct support to bolster the Haitian National Police so that Haiti has the tools and support to solve this situation, including by deploying surveillance aircraft and vital strategic security equipment and vehicles, an additional delivery of MRAP vehicles in the coming days. And today, I am announcing that Canada will also deploy Royal Canadian Navy vessels to conduct surveillance, gather intelligence, and maintain a maritime presence off the Haitian coast in the coming weeks. Canada continues to reinforce the capacities of the Haitian police to overpower armed gangs and hold those who support them accountable. CARICOM needs to be an integral leader on this crisis, including through convening political dialogues and helping rally partners around the globe to provide much-needed assistance for Haiti.
$10 million has been set aside for the Office of Migration and an additional $12 million for humanitarian assistance.
Today, I am announcing $10 million to support the International Office on Migration to strengthen the protection and resilience of Haitian women and children along the Haiti-Dominican Republic border and in migrants' place of origin. And we will invest an additional $12.3 million in humanitarian assistance. Together with CARICOM, Canada and international partners can help Haitians bring an end to the crisis and build a better, more hopeful future for their country.
This is the National Report. The news will continue after the break.
My name is Travon Lead, and I'm a fisherman of Guam, St. John's. Well, I've been fishing for about 7 years, since I was about 16. And my father is a fisherman, and I grew up in that. I love to fish, and that helps to feed the community of Wharf. Some of the challenges I faced before, I had a smaller boat, and I used to row and fish. But now that I'm a successful applicant, I'm going to use the funds to buy a bigger boat and an engine, and that's going to benefit me and my family and to help others. It's a yes for sis.
Welcome back. Students of Girl Guides, Rainbows, Brownies, Rangers, and young leaders from across the island came together at the Grenada National Stadium to celebrate World Thinking Day over the weekend. Celebrated since 1926, Thinking Day is seen as a day of friendship. It is a chance for participants from over 150 countries to speak on issues that affect young women and girls worldwide. 96 years ago, at the 4th Girl Scout International Conference, February 22nd was designated as Thinking Day. Grenada, however, celebrates on the Sunday closest to the 22nd. This year's celebrations is captioned under the theme, Our World, Our Peaceful Future, the Environment, Peace and Security. Governor General Her Excellency Dame Cecile Lagrenade, patron of the Girl Guides Association, reflected on the theme and its relevance in today's society.
The theme for this year's celebration encourages us to think about this planet which supports life and reflect on the activities we can conduct to protect our environment, promote peaceful coexistence, and allow our future, the future of our communities and the world, to be safe and secure. This theme is especially important because the future belongs to you, our youth.
She encouraged the young ladies to use their talent to make an impact at school and their communities.
Let us take time to think about ways in which the guiding movement in Grenada can help overcome the challenges we face. You may be wondering how my small actions as a single individual can be of value. Small actions have a big impact. Remember also that each of you has been blessed with certain God-given unique talents. Recognize this and have faith and confidence to take bold action.
Newly elected Chief Commissioner of the Girl Guides, Tamara Savory, thanked the young ladies who are a part of making a change.
We are not able to do any of this without the support of parents, guardians, sponsors. And we want to take this opportunity to acknowledge the work that you put into your girls. Parents and guardians, you spend your money, you invest your time and your love into your girls, and you give them to us. And as the Girl Guides Association of Grenada, our duty and responsibility is to ensure that the programs we have would impact your girls, impact Grenada, impact the Caribbean, and impact the world.
Finally, in the news, the Grenada Cooperative Bank Limited has made a contribution of 105,000 EC dollars to the 2023 Coop Bank National Primary School Games. The games, which were officially launched on Monday, will be held at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium on Wednesday, March 15th and Thursday, March 16th. 60 individual events and 12 relay events will be featured. A check was presented by the Chief Experience Officer, Wilvon Granger, to the President General of the Grenada Union of Teachers, Mr. Jude Bartholomew. Mr. Granger said the bank stands firm on the development of aspiring athletes.
Grenada Cooperative Bank Limited remains committed to the growth and development of sports in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. We are extremely heartened by the return of the Coop Bank Primary School Games after a 4-year hiatus. I imagine that the athletes are excited and ready to showcase their abilities in the spirit of competition. The coaches, teachers, and parents are looking forward to this rivalry with great anticipation. And Coop Bank, your partner and biggest cheerleader, will be by your side supporting and cheering you on throughout the athletic season.
He further explained that the game's success in previous years will not have been possible without the commitment of the Grenada Union of Teachers.
The bank was the sponsor of the St. Patrick and St. Andrew Games in 2004. Coop Bank's commitment expanded to the National Games in 2006. In 2015, the St. Mark, St. David, and Carriacou and Petit Martinique primary schools games were added to the team. And this year, proudly, 2023, we are delighted to welcome the St. George's Parish under the Co-op Bank umbrella.
President General of the GUT, Jude Bartholomew, thanked the Co-op Bank for its undertaking in nation building.
The Grenada Union of Teachers expresses its gratitude and appreciation to the Grenada Cooperative Bank, the official sponsor of the National Primary School Games 2023. We express our sincere gratitude to the general public for understanding during the postponement of the National Primary School Games due to work to rule and COVID-19. We encourage everyone to come out wherever you are as a sports-loving people to support the nation's children and athletes as they showcase their sporting talents in 2023.
Kwame Hippolyte, Assistant Director of the Games, says leading up to the national meet, games will be held at the branch level. The branch meet will continue on February 23rd at St. George and St. Patrick, February 24th in St. Mark, February 28th at the St. Andrew branch, March 1st in St. John and Carriacou, and on March 3rd in St. David. That story just ended the national report for Monday, February 20th. Let's recap the top story. CARICOM heads welcome proposal for CARICOM Canada Summit later this year. On behalf of the entire news and production team, I'm Rikisha St. Louis saying thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much, Rikisha, and the rest of the GIS News team. We now take a look at the weather that's submitted by the Met Office. What we can tell you is that the weather is expected to be generally fair, becoming partly cloudy at times with the isolated showers. Minimum temperature for tonight, 23.5 degrees Celsius, and winds northeasterly to east-northeasterly at 8 to 18 miles per hour. Seas moderate to slightly rough with waves 5 to 7 feet in open waters. A small craft advisory is in effect. And if we take a look at the weather for Tuesday, we can tell you that the weather is expected to be generally fair and breezy, becoming partly cloudy at times with few brief nighttime showers. Max temperature 29.5 degrees Celsius, minimum 23.5. Winds northeasterly to east-northeasterly at 14 to 24 miles per hour. Seas moderate to slightly rough, waves 5 to 7 feet in open waters. A small craft advisory remains in effect. So that's it for our weather. And of course, we want to say hello to the folks who are currently locked in on YouTube. Thank you very much, all our YouTube viewers. It's been a pleasure having you with us for tonight. Of course, we're looking forward to having you with us again tomorrow, God's willing. And of course, those of you who are on Facebook, I see that Java is doing his thing as usual. Encouraging people to share. So Java and the sharing committee, hello to you guys. And Dillian, the sharer of the year, hello to you. Zaka, praise worship, Celine, who else is with us? Angel, Kathy, it's Clovey, Jacinta, Hazel, who else is with us? Hazel Ann, Cindy, Kireen, Michelle, Osric. Who else is with us? Who else is here? Miriam, Claire with a K, Barbara, Diana. Did I say Cindy? Cindy, hello to you as well. Miriam, Angel, who else? So the thing doesn't move so fast, eh? Tarmika. Hello to you and everybody else. All right, guys, so take care of yourselves. I'm hoping to see you tomorrow. Please, God, be there. All right. Yeah, we will not be having a program on Wednesday, so I gotta let you know that early. Velma, Shum. We have the big game coming up, Grenada versus Barbados, and we'll be featuring that during the news time. All right. So we will not be having our news program, the international friendly between Grenada and Barbados. Okay. All right, Shum, Java, and everyone else. So tell the others, okay? So that's for Wednesday. Who else? And everyone else, man. Take care. All right, guys, let's go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We all say, Ja! No! Blessings, Mom, Rita, Lintona, Merrill, Miss McQueen, Zillan, my whole family as well. I'm saying hello to you guys, okay? Blessings. So we'll touch base again tomorrow, God's willing. See you guys. Be good.